Hi, and welcome back here at episode 74. Today we're back on the police special. Here is our original bars. We are going to remove the grips or wires. I don't know if I'm going to run my wires internally or not. I see this one's had a repair done on it, which I didn't notice prior to. That's interesting. Nonetheless, we will get it figured out. So yeah, this is a police special bike. So the grips, or excuse me, the switches all are a little bit different, but I'm going to remove them, get them on the other bike. One reason why I may not run them internal, obviously my throttle by wire has to be internal, but the main reason why I may not run my other wires internal is then I don't have to extend them. So I'm not too worried about that if that's the case, because I'd like to get the bike done and on the road. So there's the bars there that we will be removing everything from. And then here's the new Spatty Speed Shop bars here. So I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to remove all the wrap and insulation off of them because I am keeping them. So I'm going to set the camera up in the stand, and I will have you right about here. Should be able to see what's going on. Find a razor blade. I use a razor blade and I just follow across and cut the tape. I find it easier than trying to undo the tape. Also, in that sense, I can reuse this foam for shipping, or another set of bars, or whatever the case may be. So I see these are also matte black. I'm almost certain the grips were wrong, but I'm almost certain that the bars I ordered were supposed to be gloss. The Street Glide ones that I ordered, they were gloss, but I'm not too worried about it now. I just like to get the job done. So, because I paint the inside of the fairing flat, I'm okay with it being gloss, but sometimes when you order, you expect to get what you ordered. But like I say, been waited a long time, so we may as well just carry on here. So. Gave me a QR code to read through how to do the wiring, the internal wiring. We've got the Mustang up for sale. We got it pre-certified. It's good to go. So hoping with the pre-certification that it sells a little faster. People get worried about purchasing something that's not certified, and I completely understand that. So took it to our local Fountain Tire here in Ontario and had them do the pre-certification, and had to repair just a couple things actually, which was pretty nice. Just some front brakes, replaced the headlights, and then a license plate light. So yeah, it's been well taken care of. So 190,000 on it, but it's been well taken care of, and it's a 2003. So obviously, it's been driven, but taken care of at the same time. So that's what they look like. I'm very excited to finally get them, and then, like we talked about, they are throttle by wire. The wire, the sensor goes into this groove there. They've pre-wired them with with wire to help me pull them through. They left some openings in the corners, and they recommend using a pick to help you pull the wires through. So I do have a wire extension kit. If I do want to run them internally, this is actually a plug and play wire extension kit. I don't remember who this is from, but yeah, you just unplug them and plug them back in. So like I say, I'll debate whether I want to do internal or not. At this point in time, it does not matter. I do keep these end caps just in case I want them for something. And like I say, I will keep this foam. I'm just going to move it out of my way here for right now. Good foam to pack something, to ship it, or for anything else. So we're going to go, obviously, we're going to go from these stock bars to these T-bars. So as you can see, I'll pull these down, the height difference. So I would say roughly, if you guys can see that gap, I'll bring it in. From where the bar handle was to this handle, probably about 4 inches difference. So these are 14.5. So these bars, the stock bars from here to there, I don't know the exact distance, but as you can see, smaller than a hand. So I'm gonna say, sorry, smaller than a hand, so probably 4 inches, I'd say. So it's gonna give me a nice lift, and also give me the look I want it, is the main thing that I want it there. So I'm going to, I guess I can just carry on here. I don't need to pause it. I can set the T-bars on the inside. I'm going to get a pair of side cutters and cut these tie wraps here. So I'll get some side cutters. Just cutting the tie wraps. They just have the cable ran down the inside of the bar. So just remove the tie wrap. That removes the cable. Remove this tie wrap. And that removes the cable off that one. So I'm just going to now turn the bars and see, I got to get a torque to take these off. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually remove these off so I can work without scratching them. Just move these out of the way. We got a rainy day out there today. So it looks like I got these ones here, I think are a T20, and these ones here are a little bit bigger. So I'll grab my torques and bring them over to the table. So this is our left grip. So obviously it's just sliding over the bar. This is the housing. This is our clamp for our clutch lever. So I'm just going to, that one's too big. Just turn my mirror a little bit here. See if I can get in there. I can. So just gonna, so the key with these is you put them on the new bars, leave them a little bit loose. The reason why we leave them a little bit loose is because we want to find our home, our comfort zone on where we feel comfortable having it. What that means is where we feel comfortable for our clutch lever to be held and set at. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this grip off. It might be glued on. Like I say, that's why I ordered a set of grips, but they end up being sent in as throttle by wire or cable instead of by wire. So I have to wait and change that. So like I say, as the term is, shit happens. So I just got to get a little bit bigger there. I'm not a big handlebar doer or guy. I usually have get a hand with them. Tom, he's pretty good at doing the handlebars, especially the internal wiring of them. Where myself, not so much. I don't say it's the patience. It's just a tedious job. So he's pretty good at doing them. But, you know, here we are today and I'll be doing them, so that's okay. So this bracket I'm taking off now holds the clutch lever and our mirror. Obviously, if you guys remember, we've removed our clutch lever right off the hop because we had to remove the clutch cable because it went through the original Electroglide fairing. So there's our clutch lever. Our clutch lever will go, the pin will go through there and our lever will come through and our cable, and so we will put that back on once we get the bars mounted. So we're just going to set these aside for right now. Again, these were external. These cables were external to the grip. This is on the left side. It's got the left blinker, our horn, our high beam. So it is external. So that's what our left side looked like. We got our high beam, our horn, our blinker, and that's the siren. So if it was a police bike, it'd be our siren. So just going to set this aside. I'm actually going to set this one over here on the bench just so the cable doesn't knock anything off. I'll see if this grip will come off. It does. That's good. That makes me feel good just because I don't have any grips for the new bars. So I don't like these grips at all. They're a little thick for me, but you know what? They're going to do the trick for me in the meantime. So we're going with them. They're Harley-Davidson aftermarket grip. I don't really care what things look like, but you know, I wanted new ones. So that's why I ordered them. So it didn't pan out that way. So story of my life. So we'll set this aside, move our mirror and everything over as well. So now we're just going to focus on this side now. So I'm trying to, it's really tough to view off of the camera on my phone to see how well you guys can see and can't see. So I apologize for that. It's a rainy day here, coming down hard. So this one's the same principle. We have one wire that is ran internally. That's for our throttle by wire. So that means it's a sensor inside the bar, and our grip is turning and sending the signal to our throttle body, being fuel injected to see how fast we need to go or how much fuel we need to add. So I'm just undoing. Again, I hope you guys can see this. It's tough for me to tell. Again, I'll just set the screws aside. In this side, we'll have our brake lever, which we have hanging on our fender right now because of our master cylinders there. And this one has a brake sensor in it. The brake sensor is to trigger and turn our tail light on when we hit the brake lever, and also it shuts off the cruise control when we are in cruise. So you got to be careful with that. So we'll just set that aside. Now this will open. Again, we don't have to open it completely all the way, just enough to get it off the grip and the bar. So there we go. So this side's got our cruise control on and off, our blinker, our run switch, and our kill switch. So that's what it looks like, and obviously red because it's a police one. So I will move this out of the way. Doesn't take much. And then this is our throttle side for the grip, and it comes right off. So that's all it is. And you'll see here, here's our sensor. This is our throttle by wire sensor. So it goes in the end of the bar. And that's how it works. So it's pretty neat. Actually pretty neat is right on how it works. So it's, yeah, nonetheless, we will, so as you can see, it pulls out. I have to, before I can do that, I have to pull my wires out of the plug yet. So bear with me while I get some other tooling set up for that. So I'll be right back with that. So here we are back. What I'm going to do is there's a plug halfway down here. So I'm going to get a little pick to undo that plug. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to do that. I left my plug over here on this bench, or my pick. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to get the harness out of this bar so I can just set this bar aside. And then I'll work completely on the new bars. So then this job of removing everything from the bar is done. And we can do this video in a couple parts. So I got my pick here. I'm just going to see where the camera's at. So when we do install it on the new set of bars, I will open this end up, but I just want to eliminate this bar completely and I can set it aside. So I'm going to pull this sensor out, but as I do, I need to push the wiring up through from the bottom so I don't pinch anything. So as I pull it out, you guys should be able to see, sorry my hand's in the way. So everywhere there's a bend, it's tougher to pull the wires. So you really gotta be patient with it. So, so there's the plug right here. So if I unplug this, I can pull my sensor out and then I'll pull the harness back throughout the bottom. But that's only to remove this. When I reinstall it in the new bars, I'm gonna take this actual full plug off the bottom and I'll go about it that way. But just to get this job done and eliminate it, this is a very small plug on this end. Don't want to break it. All the tabs are so small. I'm gonna grab a different screwdriver here. Don't want to break things. I have broken them in the past. Everything's fixable. The key is not to break it though. See if I can get this little clip up here. In a roundabout way, you almost want to say or think that it's meant to only be installed once and then not messed with again. In a roundabout way. There we go. There we go. So I got that plug unplugged, and that's all it was. So this is our throttle by wire sensor right here. Inside that grip has the same teeth, and so when I turn the teeth, it turns the grip. But nonetheless, so that's our sensor. So now I'm going to start pulling this back. See if I can show you. Might be a little better over here so you can see it a little better. So here's the end that I just unplugged. So I'm going to pull that back. So here's a curve and here's a curve. Now the T-bars, there's even more curves. So that's why it's tough to do. So I'm just going to push it with my finger. Now I can't push anymore. So now I'm just slowly pulling. And wherever it gets tough, it's because there's a corner there. So you just kind of, there we go. So here is our throttle by wire full harness. So now let me pull you back this way. Sorry about this. Like I say, it would be obviously nice to have a camera person, but that won't happen. So these bars now, we are completely done with them. We can set them aside, put them up for sale, whatever we like. So we're done with those ones. We'll just add them over here. Well, actually, these ones will stick out a little further. But I'll add them in the pile of other things for sale. So I'm going to bring the T-bars over now. I'm actually going to turn my table a long way. These little benches I all have on wheels, so I can wheel them around as I need. So I'll kind of show you here. So they've put wire in here originally when they've shipped them. So I would tie my wires, my new wires, onto, the bottom here. All the wires will come through the center. There's holes in the corner to help me feed it around this corner. Then it comes up to this corner, and then here. And then this is another spot I help me pull through. So they've done that originally to help us, which is great, because they can be very hard to do. So I'm going to set the bars there. I will just move my throttle by wire sensor out of the way. I'm going to end the first video right there. So that was removing our cables and grips from our stock bars, and then we will get into the T-bars here.